Please don't leave. Please don't leave me. Please don't go. Yeah. Cause I done fell off again. My bad decisions got me in a place of distraught again. Look in the mirror, I don't look the same. I guess I'm weird in my thoughts again. Try to dress it up, make it look pretty. Silently crying so no one can hear me. And I can't come to the phone. Just please leave me alone. Really, I'm scared. Don't wanna tell you I'm living in sin. The Most High forgave me of my sin. Don't wanna tell you I did it again. Nah, I just need to repent. I know. Get up, try it again. Righteous. Abba, please help me fight this.
Whatever you do, don't take your spirit. Whatever you do, don't take your love. You can take anything from me, but I need you.
Yeah. Father in heaven, I'm having a crisis. You know how heavy this life gets. Fight the flesh with a tight fist, but I'm getting tired and I might slip. Might fall, but I don't trip, cause you're in control of my soul. So if any day I'm feeling hot or cold, I know you controlling them both. This here righteous man falls 7 times while I'm on fall number 88. I would've died in the hands of man, but it's all praise, Abba gave me grace. Father, free me from my willing ways. I wanna see the 12 pearly gates. I fought the fight and I kept the faith. Christ took the charge, verse 48.
Don't take your spirit. Whatever you do, don't take your love. You can take anything from me, but I need you.
Yeah, hallelujah. I get it, I'm weak in the flesh and I had to admit it. Had a cheat sheet for the test and I still fell short while bearing your image. Back to the trenches from Kemet, you feel a lot different about sin when you in it. I can have plenty of riches like Saul, but what's life if I'm dead in the spirit? Repeating my sin like a parent, forgive me for being a burden. Repent to the great physician, don't cut me off like a surgeon. Save me from the Medes and Persians, keep my gaze from the reach of the virgin. Everyone don't have the privilege of serving, I just wanna hear well done with the verdict. Been a faithful servant.
Father, I sinned
again,
over and over again. Have mercy on me.
Have mercy.
I'm begging you to wash me clean.
Make me new, yeah.
Living without you ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it at
When
all.
I don't feel your presence, I get nervous.
Man, I feel wild.
Here's my heart purging, and I know that I deserve it, but whatever you do, don't take your spirit. Whatever you do, don't take your love. You can take anything from me, but I need you. Whatever you do, don't take your spirit. Whatever you do, don't take your love. You can take anything from me, but I need you. But I need you.
Look, I be saying God need me, I'm special when it can be, but I tell myself anything at night to get some sleep. I don't know if struggling really make you stronger, but I know without any adversity make you weak. So if you plan to keep your mind, body at peak, it's gaps you gotta leap and conditions you gotta meet. There's room for complaining cause tribulation is draining, but I stand tall, steady my hammer and keep banging. Spirit realm giving out rewards for accomplishments. God body dominance, improving my consciousness. We thriving on God time, this is his clock. He put some fame to this lane. Tick tock. Wow.
Heavy is the load. Heavy is the load.
Just meditate, cause this weather can't last. Trying to lift it all, you will break fast. Take it day to day. Separate tasks, remember you a featherweight in the heavyweight class. Stay focused, you will elevate fast. There's a fire in you that can melt sand and make glass. Being nothing is easy, being great is the challenge. Life a tightrope, so you gotta find balance. We wake up and serve our God, that's enjoyment. I do the work, righteous example is my employment. They can't be like Christ, but we anointed. And our work's gonna be greater because we chosen. Stop all that we can't talk, cause it's poison. Stop a hater riding his tracks and leave him frozen. Cause lately, they been on bull just like DeRozan. They trying to put the said God woken. The world got more crazy cause the word out. The burden was the cage, they let the bird out. At first, it wasn't nobody weak as us. Nah, God gave us our power back. Who beating us, huh?
Whoa, heavy is the load. Whoa, heavy is the load.
Just meditate, cause this weather can't last. Tryna lift it all, you will break fast. Take it day to day, separate tasks. Remember you a featherweight in the heavyweight class. Stay focused, you will elevate fast. There's a fire in you that can melt sand and make glass. Being nothing is easy, being great is the challenge. Life a tightrope, so you gotta find balance. Yeah.
Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kwadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Thaba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazar, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lathonlanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawum, Wasalachnawa, Chaubwathnawa, Kasalachnawa, Chaubwathyanawa, Wala'a, Tabia Anawa, Manasaya 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapa Arath, La'ai Walamyam, Aman. Ya Baraka, Ya Baraka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Wa Yashamaka, Wa Yashamaka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ya Yahweh, Ya Yahweh, Panya Wa Al Yak, Panya Wa Al Yak, Wa Yachanka, Wa Yachanka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yasha Yahweh, Yasha Yahweh, Panya Wa Al Yak, Panya Wa Al Yak, Wa Yasham, Wa Yasham, Laka Shalom, Laka Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Lions of Israel Saturday morning class. It's your brother, Priest Daniel, representing Lions of Israel, Maccabees TV, along with the Elder Zahab. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh in the Hebrew, the supreme God of the universe. And I do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I want to say peace and blessings to everybody that's watching today's class, that's tuned in. As always, we appreciate you, brothers and sisters, and pray that you guys are edified by the lessons that we've been doing. I would ask everybody that's on YouTube to be sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. And more importantly, I need for you guys to make sure that you hit the notification bell so you guys can be notified every time we go live. Because we have class now, if I'm not mistaken, we have classes, I believe, 5 days a week. At least 4, but maybe 5 days a week. So I need for you brothers and sisters not just to tap into my class, but also to tap into the captains and sergeants classes as well as Elder Zahab's class too, because all the classes are edifying. So definitely make sure you guys hit that notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section, hit the like button if the lessons are edifying. man, hit the like button if the lessons are not edifying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's listening to us on Clubhouse. As always, the link for the YouTube is at the top of the room. And today's lesson is very visual. It's a continuation of last week's lesson. It's part 2 of last week's lesson. If you guys were tuned into last week's lesson, you know it was very visual. So you'll gain much more from the class by actually clicking on the link at the top and coming over to YouTube and seeing exactly what's going on with the slides that I'm presenting. Before I get started, I'm going to pass the floor over to Elder Zahab if he has anything that he wants to say.
Shalom, King. Shalom. Can I be heard? How's the body?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, all praises. Just to continue what you're saying, we can never stop saying this. Give all honor and glory to the Most High. You can say that 1,000 times and it still wouldn't be enough. So continuously give honor and glory to the Lord. And thank Him for life, that you're here, right? Thank Him that you see another Shabbat, whatever you're going through. Right? These classes are here to edify you as well as to recharge your spirit. That's the Most High, priest and hard, diligent work that He puts in, brothers and sisters, in His truth. Right? Also, put your brick in, brothers and sisters. It's good to listen and get edified, but also put your brick in, whether they're in line with Israel or not. Do something, you know what I mean? Get active, so to speak. Right? Super excited for this class, please. So, without further.
All praises. Well, Elder Zahab, I definitely can see it. I'm sure that people can see that you're not talking on the good mic today. You're not using your nice mic that you brought today.
That's why. No. Okay, let me explain. Shout out to Sergeant Shat. I got a Zoom podcast, right? For the people who do podcasts and all that good stuff, you know. So my mic is connected. I got an XLR mic is connected. The mic is the same mic I'm using. The interface is different. That's why I'm asking, how do I sound? If I sound crappy, it's all good. So like, I'll just switch back to the other one. But I'm working on this because in addition to doing Wednesday class, I want to get back into YouTube. You know what I mean? Speaking on current events, things of that nature. So I'm just testing this out. Forgive me, y'all.
You sound like you're talking into a tin can. You sound like you're talking into a tin can, but you can definitely fix that. It's all good. We can do it.
I know. Just get an Android, right? I got you.
Yeah, that's true too. You'd be in the spirit if you did that. But besides that, before you go live with your whatever you're doing in the future, you and I can just like go live real quick so I can hear it, make sure your settings are good. But yeah, all praise.
I'm gonna drop off and switch back to my other mic and then come back.
All praise to the Most High. All right, so all praise to the Most High. We're about to get started. At the end of the class, I do have a couple of announcements I want to make, so we'll definitely circle back to that at the end of the class. I do want to say this though. You guys almost didn't get part 2 today because I love my Israelite family, but y'all irk my nerves with some of the foolishness that goes on. And I was, almost was tempted not to even teach this today, but to teach about the foolishness that goes on with our people. We just came out of unleavened bread. We're supposed to have purged out the leaven out of our spirits, but the leaven remains in many of us. So we're going to have that conversation, but I'm going to continue in the spirit from last week. So continuing in the spirit from last week, I have to remind everybody that parental discretion is advised. This lesson is not for children, and it's very disturbing, but nevertheless, we're going to look at it. If you guys thought last week's lesson, you saw some disturbing stuff, well, we're going to see some disturbing stuff today as well. But we have to talk about it because this is the condition of our people. When our people want to know why they're in the condition they're in, where was God during slavery? If God really exists, why are we at the bottom? All these dumb, ignorant questions that our people ask, and I call them dumb and ignorant because our people know what they do. They know what they're involved in. Our people want God to come and deliver them and change their condition. Meanwhile, our people are some of the most wicked people on this planet, following behind the other nations. So it should be clear to you and I, after watching last week's lesson and watching today's lesson, why God has to kill 2/3 of our people. There's just no helping them. When I first came into the truth, that kind of hurt me a little bit. And I love my people, right? I love my people. The Bible tells us in John 3:17, I believe it's John 3:17, right after 16, the ones the Christian know. In verse 17, it says the Most High is not willing for any to perish. I believe that's John 3:17, right? Paul said in Romans chapter 10 that he loves. Let me get it real quick, because now I'm about to butcher that thing. Let me get Romans 10 real quick before we get into today's lesson. Let's go to Romans chapter 10 real quick, and let's get that. Romans 10 verse 1, it says, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved." That's me too. And that's you, brothers and sisters, as well. That's the heart and the mindset that we have towards our people, especially when we first come into this truth. But as you begin to examine the behavior of our people, you understand that this wish right here that Paul has, this desire that Paul has, that I had, that you have, is not going to happen. Because 2/3 of our people got to go. I'm sorry to tell you. Let's get into today's lesson.
Hey, Shalom, before you go, how's the sound? How's the mic?
Better? Much better.
Okay, all praises. Yeah, absolutely. They were born for no reason. They were just born to perish away. That's all it is, man. So help who you can help. Whoever's left. They used to say back in the days, missile food.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Real quick before I get started, let me get rid of the banner, because I want you guys to be able to see everything that I'm showing. So I'm gonna come back real quick and get rid of that banner. We'll put it back at the end of the class. Just get rid of it for now. All right. So this is part 2 of our lesson called "Our People Sinning is Big Business." A story of offers and consequences. Now, you guys might be wondering, why am I using, for those of you guys that are gamers, when I generated this image in AI, I told it to use a Grand Theft Auto style image, and that's what it did. Because we're going to talk about the game Grand Theft Auto a little bit later in the class, right? So that's why that's like that. Let's start off with Proverbs chapter 1, verses 22 through 31. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" That's what we ask our people. When we stand on the highways and the byways, verse 21 says, "Wisdom crieth in the chief places of concourse." And what does wisdom say in verse number 22? "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" That's what we ask our people when we're on the highways and the byways. How long are we going to love the simplicity of this world, the ignorance of this world? How long? And scorners delight in their scorning. People actually take pleasure in scorning the word of God and the men of the Lord that teach God's word. They take pleasure in that. Those of y'all that spend a lot of time on Clubhouse, although there hasn't been as many rooms as there used to be, you guys know the regular rotation of scorners that would come to the platform and come on the stage just to scorn the word of God because they had nothing better to do. And fools hate knowledge. Verse 23, turn you at my reproof. What is reproof? Correction. So the Most High is saying, when you hear the word of God and you realize that you are contrary to the word of God, you're supposed to turn. That's where the word repent comes from. It means to turn. You do a 180. You're going in one direction and you turn and you go in the complete opposite direction. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you and make my words known unto you. And this is where the problem comes in. How does God make his words known unto our people? He makes it known through the vessels called the prophets and the teachers. The problem is that the prophets and teachers are men just like everybody else. So you see a flesh and blood man that you might have known since childhood. You might have grown up in the same neighborhood. You might have went to school together with this person. So you look at them as, that's just Jeremiah. That's just Isaiah. That's just Daniel. That's just Zahab, right? Just a regular guy like me. Who are you? But the Most High uses man for his purpose. The Most High does not come off his throne to do anything. That's what we're created for. Man carries out the will of God on this earth. And so the Most High makes his word known through his prophets. But our people don't listen. They don't turn because all they see is another man. Verse 24, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hands and no man regarded. How did the Most High stretch out his hands to the prophets? But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. See, a lot of times what you see with a lot of people in this world, we use the example of sometimes obstinate and stubborn children, right? You as a parent or just an older person will give advice to your child or somebody younger than you that may not even be related to you, right? And they're not trying to hear nothing you say until something bad happens, and now they're trying to listen, but you already in a situation. I warned you about it before, right? That's our people. I'll get personal. I had my son look me in the face and tell me we two different people. That's what my son told me when I was giving him reproof and correction and advice. His response to me is, we're two different people. And then he finds himself in trouble all the time, and I laugh at it. My wife would say, I laugh at it. That's how a father is. I told you, I warned you. Now I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch you get yourself in a jam, and I'm going to laugh at you. That's what God is saying. I can understand that because I do that myself. It says, when your fear cometh, verse 26, I will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. And when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Yeah, because I get the phone calls when you're in trouble. After I warned you not to do something, you tell me we're two different people, you do your own thing, you get in trouble, then I'm getting a phone call. And you're getting mad because I'm telling you I told you so. But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge. That's our people. And did not choose the fear of the Lord, because we were given a choice. Choose life or death. Our people chose death. They chose the world over God. They chose the God of the other nations and the customs of the other nations over their own God. They would none of my counsel. We didn't want to listen to nothing God said, because the vessels God used to tell you what to do, you set them at naught. As a matter of fact, the Bible says they killed the prophets. Not only did they not listen, they killed the prophets. And if there wasn't laws in place to protect us, guess what? Our people would kill us too. Verse 30, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own ways. Yeah, you're gonna get it. And be filled with their own devices. And that's our people. So I know many of us, just as the Apostle Paul, have a soft spot for our people, but I'm starting here to show you the Most High loves his people, but he also loves his people enough to give us over to these devices and these lusts that we desire so much. That's also written in Romans chapter 1. The Most High gave our people over, the ones that were wicked in Rome, to a reprobate mind. You want to do that? Go do that. And destroy yourself. So now we understand why 2/3 of our people got to go. This is James chapter 4, verses 3-4. Why is God not answering your prayers? My prayers, our people's prayers. It says ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss. A lot of times when we're praying, we're asking the Most High for things, but most of the times those are things that feed our lusts. You don't really ask the Most High for what you need. You ask for things that feeds and caters to your lusts and your desires. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lusts. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? A lot of young people are praying to God to become famous in this world, to become rich in this world. Not that they want to get rich in order to do things to help their people. It's to consume it upon their lusts. To be able to go online and post pictures of yourself with the flyest cars, the most jewelry, the most money, the biggest houses, all these things to flex on your own people and show everybody that you made it. To be rich and famous. That's what you want it for. Why do you guys think it is that you don't see celebrities ever really doing anything for their community? Why? You have rappers that are so-called millionaires and billionaires, and they barely put anything back in their community. We have millionaires, athletes in all types of sports across America, And none of these guys give back to their community or really do anything major. They might give a little turkey drive, a coat drive, give out some book bags for back to school. I'm talking about something major. I'm talking about pooling their resources and doing something major to really change the course of our people, or funding or backing a movement that could change our people. They don't do that because that's not what they were praying for the money for. Ye adulterers and adulteresses. What is that talking about? It's not talking about sex. It's an adulterous relationship metaphorically because we are in covenant with God as a people, and we are metaphorically called God's wife. And by aligning ourselves with these other nations and following behind their customs, it's a spiritual form of adultery. That's why the Bible teaches us in the book of Revelations that about spiritual fornication. All these nations getting together and committing fornication, not sexually, but just mixing and melding of cultures. And it's all wicked. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? In order to get and accumulate these things that we want, you got to be friends with the world. And being friends with the white man means that you got to indulge in some of his evil fetishes, which we're going to go into. Friendship goes on a deeper level. He wants to not only be your friend, he wants you to participate in the evil that he does. And a lot of our people do. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of this world is an enemy of God. Let's move on. Who is Anton Mesmer? Who's that? Guys ever heard of Anton Mesmer before? Some of you guys, if you've been listening to me long enough, know who Franz Anton Mesmer is, and some of you guys don't. For the ones that don't, we're going to learn together. What you say, Zal?
No, I was saying Khan, I don't want Khan. Yeah, going back years ago, we did that class, Khan.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 13. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, and put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Because you have a lot of people, a lot of Edomites that sit in these think tanks and these secret councils, and they sit down and they plot the most evil things that will blow your mind if you really knew about it. You're going to learn about some of it today. Against the powers of the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, which is the Bible, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So, again, who is Franz Anton Mesmer? Well, this is who he is. Franz Anton Mesmer, May 23rd, 1734, and he died March 5th, 1815, was a German physician with an interest in astronomy. He theorized the existence of a process of natural energy transference occurring between an animate and inanimate object, and he called these things animal magnetism. So it's an energy transfer between an inanimate object to an animate object. Animate object will be man. So an inanimate object will transfer its energy into you. It's called animal magnetism. That's its claim to fame. Let's go to the next slide. Anton Mesmer's name became a verb. Today we call it mesmerized. To be mesmerized is to be put in a trance. All that stuff goes back to the studies of Franz Anton Mesmer. And through inanimate objects, like your entertainment industry, like your television shows, like your movies, like your music, like your video games, you can transfer evil, satanic, negative energy from these inanimate objects into people, and the people will act out on it. And that's what our people are doing. This is a deep, dark, demonic science. Let's watch the video.
Mesmerize, a word so powerful, it feels like a magician just waved a wand over your brain and took control. But here's the wild part. This word actually comes from a real person. Meet Franz Anton Mesmer. an 18th century German physician who had a theory that the human body was controlled by an invisible force he called animal magnetism. He literally believed that an invisible fluid inside people could be manipulated like the tides.
You manipulate people through energy transfer. He understood that.
The best part? He thought he could control it with magnets and hand gestures. Mesmer would host dramatic healing sessions where he'd wave his hands, make intense eye contact, and, according to some, send people into hypnotic trances. It looked so mystical, so otherworldly, that even when science debunked his theory, the world refused to let go of his mesmerizing presence. His techniques laid the groundwork for what we now call hypnosis, and his name became a verb, to mesmerize, meaning to hold someone's complete and utter attention.
And we are mesmerized through movies, television, music, video games, and social media. So even though the specific science and the methods that he used were eventually debunked, the theory was actually adopted and used. And that's why his name became a verb. It's something that they do to the people through popular persuasions, music, television, movies, etc. And the most susceptible to that stuff is us.
Mesmerized.
So, I already know the answer, like I always tell you guys when I go to social media. I mean, when I go to AI, but I said, you know what? Let me go and ask AI a question. It's a leading question, of course. I asked AI, the science of mesmer, is it still in practice today? So this is me in the blue. It says, is there any correlation between Franz Mesmer and club, I should say party, but it knew what I was talking about, and club and party atmosphere as far as putting you in a certain mind frame? In other words, translation, the nightclubs that many of us used to go to, that whole environment, that's based on theories and practices of Franz Mesmer. Did y'all know that? I knew that. I knew to ask AI that, and it's going to tell me, yes. Take a look. It says the connection between Franz Mesmer's theories and modern club environments. Why do you guys think there's so much trouble at the club? Why? Lies in the concept of sensory entertainment. The idea that external stimuli can bypass the conscious mind to induce a trance-like or suggestible state. While Mesmer focused on animal magnetism, the mechanics he utilized are remarkably similar to the production elements used in nightlife today. So when you see these bars and these clubs and everything that goes on, that's based on or very, very similar to what Mesmer was doing. That's why his name became a verb. It puts you in a certain state, certain spirit. The lighting is a certain way. The music they play is a certain way. You introduce alcohol. It's dark in there. All that. You have the strobe lights, all of that stuff. That puts you in a certain mind frame, a certain state, a certain trance. That's what it does. Let's go to the next one. So the first one was, it broke it down. It has collective entrainment and the fluid. I really don't want to deal with that. I want to go to the second one for the sake of time. Rhythmic boredom and hypnosis. Hypnosis, a term coined later, but rooted in mesmerism, often requires a fixation point or repetitive stimulus to quiet the analytical brain. For instance, the 4 on the floor beat. Did you guys know that the 4 on the floor beat is the underlying beat for techno and house music? It's called the 4 on the floor beat. The repetitive kick drum in house or techno acts as a rhythmic anchor. Much like Mesmer's use of repetitive passes with the hand, the constant loop exhausts the brain's novelty detection, leading to a state of highway hypnosis. Sensory overload deprivation. Mesmer used mirrors and glass harmonics to disorient the senses. Clubs use strobe lights and fog machines to achieve the same effect. So there's a certain effect that they're trying to achieve in nightlife, a certain state of hypnosis that they put people under. Believe it or not, this is information that most people can't receive, but clearly AI knows that that's true. This is a science. Clubs use strobe lights and fog machines to achieve the same effect. By fragmenting the visual field, the brain stops trying to process logical surroundings and shifts into a more primal, felt experience, right? The role of the magnetizer. Who would be the magnetizer? That would be your DJ. Your DJ is your mesmerist. The DJ occupies a similar psychological space by controlling the tension and release of the music, the drop. The DJ manages the emotional state of the room. The DJ manages the emotional state of the room, and the audience surrenders their autonomy to the performer, trusting them to lead the magnetic journey of the night. Does everybody see that? These nations know that they can control you through these things. They know that. And they sit down and they plot out how to do it. Now, this is Judith chapter 5. We read this last week. I'm not going to read the whole thing right here. I'm just going to read verses 18 and 21, just the highlighted portions. It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, which we have, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and the cities were taken by the enemies. Verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against the people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. So they set things up by way of entertainment in order to lead our people astray. And that's what they do. And they find the most susceptible amongst us that are a prisoner to their lusts. They're praying to become famous so they can consume these things by their lusts. They are able to identify these people. Yeah, this Negro right here, if we make him rich, he ain't gonna put no money in his community. He ain't gonna do nothing for his community. All he's gonna do is floss online and show the world how rich he is. That's it. We like him. We're gonna make him famous. And we become the tool of this evil. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before the worlds. Let's go over to Luke chapter 4. Luke chapter 4. I'm going to skip the slide because it's in the next slide as well. Now, once again, parental discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. I've warned you. I've warned you. This is Luke chapter 4. We're going to start from verse number 1. And Jesus, Yahushua, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. And the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, command the stone that it be made bread. Verse 4. And Yahushua answered him, saying, it is written, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of God. Verse 5. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them. That's the fame. That's the notoriety. That's the riches. That's the glory of them. I'll give you all these things. For that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. So in order to access the glory of all these kingdoms, meaning the riches, the fame, the power, the notoriety, you name it, I give it, me the devil, I give it to whoever I will. Verse 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. Worshiping the devil doesn't mean that you create a statue of the devil with some horns and you bow down in front of the statue. No. Worshiping the devil comes in many, 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 many different forms. And some of these forms are so subtle, if you are not keenly aware of them, you'll be participating and not even knowing that you are worshiping the devil. So Satan is the gatekeeper for all the things that many of our people, not all of our people, but many of our people lust after. And one of the biggest things that people lust after is fame and riches. I want to play this video for you guys. And I want you guys to listen. Just listen. I ain't gonna say much because that's a lie, but just listen for a second. I know some of you guys are 50 Cent fans, G Unit fans. Now, I'm not saying that what this brother said is true or not, but me personally, I believe it. Let's listen.
Now, there's a theory, and if anything happens to me after I bring up this subject, you know what it is.
So now, right, we gotta stop right there. Did y'all catch that? Do you guys know that he has to give a disclaimer before he says something that's true? Did you guys notice that he says something may happen to him for telling the truth? Meaning you're lifting the veil and revealing that Satan is the gatekeeper. The guy you guys are looking at is Math Hoffa, right? He used to be a battle rapper. That's where he got his fame from. He's a battle rapper. And I'm vaguely familiar with Math Hoffa. I've had a couple of conversations with him in the back chat, in the background. And he knows he's an Israelite. You can actually go on. He did an interview on Vlad TV, and he knows he's an Israelite. We've had conversations about that. But, of course, as many people that have a little bit of exposure to the world, he's straddling the fence. Because the fame that he gets from having this podcast he has and everything else, he wants to keep it. So he knows saying certain things could get you offed. That's why he had to give you guys that disclaimer. Never, and that also lends credibility to what's about to be said is true. Because he knows what's about to be said, we could get killed for this. Okay, let's go.
Now, there's a theory, and if anything happens to me after I bring up this subject, you know what it is. There's a theory that a lot of rappers, they get signed, especially nowadays. These labels, they crunch the numbers. They figure out what works, what brings them money, what doesn't. Rappers getting locked up and rappers dying on two of the biggest promotions as far as money makers.
Right. Did you guys catch that? Rappers dying and rappers getting locked up are the two biggest money makers. I just want that to marinate in your spirit for a minute. Think about that. There's no other genre of music amongst any other nation that has an element like that except us. Our biggest artists, in order for them to make the most money, in order for the record label, that's owned by the small hats, in order for them to make the most money, rappers must die and get locked up. Just let that marinate for a second. Okay, let's continue.
Now, I've spoken to a lot of independent artists. Shout out to Source Walker. One of the things that he told me when I said, Jay been trying to sign me. I'm like, why wouldn't you sign? He said, because I don't want a label playing with my life.
Did you guys catch that? There's a rapper named Source Walker. He said Jay-Z been trying to sign him. Why didn't he sign a deal? He doesn't want the label playing with his life. Let that marinate in your mind for a second. All right, let's continue.
That's very.
That means playing with, okay, because I'm gonna expose. That means playing with your butt. You know what I mean? No, listen, because I'll be honest. Look.
Did y'all catch that? Playing with your life as a male rapper means playing with back door. That's what it means. Parental discretion is advised. Let's go.
Because I've been doing music. No, because I feel like we gotta put it out there. You know what I mean? And I think.
See, Math was not trying to really go there. Because like I said, he's trying to hold on. So you guys are gonna see he has his head down. I want you, even though you're listening to him, he's gonna do the majority of talking. I want you to watch his facial expression. This is why he gave the disclaimer. You wasn't supposed to take it that far. I was willing to go with the rappers dying and the rappers going to jail. I was willing to go that far, but now you putting it all out there. Watch his facial expressions. Listen to him, but watch his facial expressions.
No, listen. You edit it out. Listen, you edit it out. No, listen, because I feel like
that's not what he meant, by the way. But go ahead.
No, listen. I'm not saying what he meant. I'm just saying in general because I feel like a lot of people, like, I had like 2 record deals, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted your butt? Yeah. Wait. Hold on. He said, yo. Hold on. Yeah. Smart. Yeah, what happened? You was fucking with G with it.
Look, you missed that. Did y'all catch that? Come back. What was one of the labels that was trying to get him? That wanted to do something with him? What was that? Say that again.
Your butt? Yeah. Wait. Hold on. He said, yo. Hold on. Yeah. Smart. Yeah, what happened? You was fucking with G with it.
Y'all caught that this time, right? Okay, let's keep going. Look,
smoke nothing, bro. Hold on. You ain't blink. Jesus, okay. You sit back. Like, yo, who is you when they wanted your butt, bro? Listen, hold on. Listen. What's his name? So look, let me be clear, right? Now, because it's not even funny. I'm keeping it real, right? It's not even funny now.
It's not. They laughing. He's the only one that's there serious. It's not.
I'm not a homosexual. I never did no homosexual shit. Nobody never played with my butt. But what happens is you get no butt after that last point. You period that, and then you move on to the next
nobody never did that.
That's it. Nah, I mean, but listen. What I'm saying is, they probably
look at Matt's face, y'all.
Do things indirectly, like they might send a stylist at you, right? They might send a stylist at you, and the stylist is being on extra touch. Listen, homie, we ain't doing that. Or they might invite you to a party and there's no bitches there. It's a sausage party. Wait, hold on, I'm out. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys, artists that get into this game, they want to get deals. They get in, they got talent, they got good intentions, and then have you been to these parties personally? Have you seen them? You can't get. That's a Doggy Diamonds question. Shout out Doggy Diamonds.
Shout out Doggy Diamonds. He's a friend of the channel. That's my bro. Shout him out. Yeah.
You can't make it to the real party because somewhere, if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process. Yeah. So they're send a stylist. They'll have you out and about because they trying to drug you. So you be in a studio session late at night, and they'll see if you a meatball, you'll go here, hit this blunt. You ain't see the blunt get rolled, or you'll go take this drink right here. And you like, hold on, bro. Listen, homie, I ain't with that. And some dudes that get drunk. Like I've been in studios with artists, famous artists, and I've seen niggas take a bottle that wasn't theirs, and they in the studio all woozy. I'm out.
Look at Matt's face, y'all.
To that person after, but that shit is, it's like a nigga trying to get a chick drunk who want to pop, right? So. Wait a minute. Listen. Wait a minute. He got that nigga there with Zach. Yeah, because are you saying? Yeah, go ahead. Somebody at G Unit tried to get you, bro. See, look, you trying to sensationalize it. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to figure it out. What I just told you. When you in this business, right, and you got talent, they want you because you got influence. The devil's job is to get as many souls as possible. So
that's what the scripture said, y'all. That's why I played it that long. He said, without reading Bible, what the Bible told you. And they get you through the temptation of fame, fortune, and money. That's enough. I think the point has been made. How many of you guys know who the rapper Noriega is, aka Nori? I know some of y'all are young, so y'all don't know him. But he had a lot of hit records in the late 90s and early 2000s. But around 2006 was the beginning of the end of his career, even though he has albums after that. Yeah, went out in 2009. He had an album out 2013, right? 2014, 2016, 2018. But around 2006 was where his career took a nosedive. And again, this is before a lot of y'all time, some of y'all. So I'm just showing you guys something. I want you guys to see that he was in the industry. I want the insiders to tell you so that way we're not sitting here with a tinfoil hat talking about conspiracies. No, I want people that was on the inside to tell you. Because they're going to validate what the scripture said. So here is Nori on Vlad TV years ago. talking about why his career never went any further than it did.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you're getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight. What do you mean?
So this dude is telling you, this is an insider telling you, there's a door in the industry that's a HOMO door, and there's an Illuminati door too. They're there. This is the insiders telling you this. Keep going.
Yeah, this is when you get to a level of success, when you're getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you're running across the world. There's three different doors, right? There's three different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it was all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. Okay. You went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
He was offered the doors, but he went straight. He didn't go through the rainbow door. He didn't go through the Illuminati door. He went straight, which is why his career stopped after they brought him to the pinnacle. He had big hits in the late 90s and early 2000s. And he said he was offered the doors, and he didn't take either door. He went straight, and that was the end of his career. Let's listen to that again.
That's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors. It's just you were offered some gay shit? No. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. You know, that's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight, and I haven't been platinum since.
And he hasn't been platinum since. Just let that marinate your spirit for a minute. Okay. And the people that run these labels, y'all remember last week's class? The small hats. Who runs these labels? The small hats. Okay, let's keep going. Rest in peace to a legend by the name of Pimp C. Some of y'all are familiar with his music, some of y'all are not. The biggest hit that I can remember that Pimp C had, although it wasn't on there, he's a part of a group called UGK, but the biggest hit that many of y'all may recognize, they're on that record with Jay-Z called Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin', spending G's. He's on that record. Pimp C is one of the realest dudes there was, which is why I got the dove sign with right here, because they killed him. They killed him. If you guys want to know why they killed him, well, this radio interview he did in Atlanta is one of the reasons why they killed him. Because unlike Nori and unlike the other guys in the barbershop, Math Hoffa and Smart, Pimp C was getting right to it. He's getting into it, and he's naming names. This interview is still on YouTube today. You can find the whole thing. I'm only going to play some. He was naming names. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 3 minutes. We're going to start there. I don't know how much of this I'm going to play. We're going to start here. Yeah. And you guys are going to see why they had to get him up out of here. Quick. Because this dude is naming names. Let's go.
You say this, y'all might not like this, because a lot of people don't like stuff. But ATL is considered to be the gay capital of the world right now. And y'all got clubs over there with boys standing in the parking lot kissing on the mouth. And you know, if you're gay and you're out of the closet, that's cool because everybody got their preference. But man, it's time to start cleaning up our own neighborhood because a dude from Texas shouldn't have to get on in no magazine to make you clean up your neighborhood. So if I really wanted to diss Atlanta, it was a bunch of things I could have said about a bunch of people, and I could have really, really dissed and hurt some feelings. Now, don't you know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know who the gay rappers is.
I know who the gay rappers is. In Atlanta. Keep going.
I know who let the models stick the dildos in them, and I know who did what, where, when, and why.
Wow.
He knows who did what, when, where, why, who stick dildos up in themselves and all that. Parental discretion is advised. Let's go.
Do you feel like expressing that right now? Give me a note. If you feel like saying it, go ahead.
Say this again. I'm proud of all the rappers in the South. I'm proud of everybody sending records in Atlanta. But everybody ain't my friend, and I don't like all y'all records. Now, if you want to diss me and get on with me, down and do it. But the difference between me and them other dudes is this. You gonna diss me, and I'm gonna come see you, Jack. You gonna diss them other dudes, they gonna play lip wrestling with you. So if you want it, man, come on with it. If you want it with me, come on with it. Leave Bun out of it, and we gonna see in the end, because you gonna smell my cologne. Insimiyaki on some Bond number 9, because I do not play.
That's the same clone I wear.
Tabernacle Sanctuary, because we keep God first in everything we do.
Hey, Pimp.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind expressing any of those rappers you was talking about? Them sugar sausages?
Man.
I want to know. Them gay rappers you know about?
Nah, man, it's no need to embarrass nobody that ain't done nothing to us.
Respect.
But if you're gay, man, and you're ashamed of it, you need to stop doing stuff you're ashamed of. Anything done in the day gonna come to the light. I ain't gotta expose them, because they exposing themselves every day and every night.
They sure are.
But see, you work at a radio station, and it's your job to ask me that question. And me being a real person is my job to know how to answer it. Ain't it?
What's up? All right,
okay, so if you're gay and you rap and you stand in the closet, then you need to come on out of the closet and let us know who you is. Because if you ain't proud of what you do, then don't do it. And if anything you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing. You know?
Now you guys know why they killed him? now you guys can know why they had to get him out of here. Let's keep going.
Who getting caught in the Range Rover with the bar?
I'm sorry for interrupting. I want you guys to hear that. Somebody got just listen.
How to answer that.
What's up? All right.
Okay, so if you're gay and you rap and you stand in the closet, then you need to come on out of the closet and let us know who you is. Because if you ain't proud of what you do, then don't do it. And if anything you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing. You know who's getting caught in the Range Rover with the bar?
So I still to this day don't know who it is. But he said there's a rapper from Atlanta that everybody knows that got caught in a Range Rover with a little boy. Now do you guys know why they got him out of here? Now do you guys see what's going on in the industry? Now y'all see what Nori was talking about? Now do you see what Smart was talking about? Come on.
You know what's going on in Atlanta, just like I know. You know who got caught in the Range Rover with the boy. Okay?
No, I don't really.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
If I know you know, because you in Atlanta.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
So let me say this.
Y'all missed that. The radio host said, yeah, I do know who you're talking about.
The real street people in Atlanta and all the hardcore UGK fans, I hope I have clarified what I meant by that.
I'll just leave that there, y'all. Let's move on. But I want Pimp C was a rest in peace to Pimp C. I was one of the few real dudes. I got so much. I used to listen to his music, but I didn't really know he was like this till after he died. And I went back and I started listening to his interviews. I'm like, that's why he died. That's why.
Salakia, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you got it.
I look, you'll be here for at least 7 hours, right? If you start going through all these rappers and entertainers who doing that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're going to continue with it. I just want to say this. Why is that such a push? You know what I'm saying?
It's demonic. It's in the lesson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a reason why that's a push.
Exactly. It's a reason why I saw a documentary and about this dude. It's this cracker named Jordan C. Maxwell. You got to kind of, quote unquote, separate a lot of the spiritual, what do you call it now? Illuminati, New World Order crap. You got to be able to weave through that and understand. But he did say something. He said, by them doing that, it's a demonic ritual. It ain't like, them dudes is two gay dudes, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? We know it's wickedness pursuant to the scriptures. We know that. But to them on the demonic, on the left-hand side, it's because when a man does things like that, it cannot be undone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a ritual with you and Satan. It's like a pact you're signing to enter into that lifestyle. I just wanted to bring that up, but I know you got it, Priest. Go ahead.
No. What you said is important, so let's unpack that. Because when you lay with a woman, when you marry a woman, you enter into a contract with a woman. It's a covenant. That's why the Bible tells us in the book of Tobit that there was drawn up an instrument of covenants. It's an agreement, right? And the seal of that agreement is you lay down with the woman and you have sex with her. And that is the seal of the agreement that you have with that woman that you're married together. So what you said is powerful, because that's the same thing with the music industry in Hollywood. The seal that you are in bed with the devil is the sex. And they make you have sex with another man. That's why you have Baphomet. I'm gonna get to you right now. That's why you have Baphomet. While you're talking, I'm gonna bring it up. That's why you have Baphomet, which is an androgynous demon. But you can go ahead and talk while I bring it up. Go ahead.
Real quick, there's a profound scripture Yahweh Shai said in the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. Right? Mark chapter 3, verse 27. It says, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. By these entertainers bowing down and consenting to doing these rituals, they are binding up the strong spirit that the Lord gave them. So now if the strong man, or like the father of the house, is tied up, enemy can run through your house, do what they want with your wife and kids, take you good, you know what I mean? Because you're tied up, you can't do nothing. So by you enter into contract and doing these things, you're binding up the strong man, meaning that you're giving your spirit to be shackled over to the enemy, man. That's why it's not just two men doing all that nasty stuff. It's demonic on a higher level. Go ahead, priest.
So I want you guys to look at these images of Baphomet, which is, to make a long story short, it's images of the devil. This is an androgynous statue. It's both male and female. It got breasts and everything, but it's male at the same time. When you look at this one right here, children worshiping Baphomet, right? Because that's the idea. They're not interested in you and I, brothers and sisters. They're interested in our children. They attack our children through popular persuasion, media, movies, TV, etc. That's what they do. Let's come back to the lesson.
Come on.
You gonna say something?
No,
Okay.
Eyes Wide Shut. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch that movie, the full extended version. Eyes Wide Shut. The cracker who made that movie, forgot his name. Anyway, the movie exposed that show you these certain mansion parties, so to speak, these Diddy parties. You think that's something new? Nah, that's been going on. It's a cult. It's occult practices. Anyway, the movie Eyes Wide Shut, if you can watch it, it goes deeper into that, what they do in those ritual orgy and them parties. You have to keep it a secret. If you break the secret, you die, so to speak. So I just wanted to bring that out.
And that's what these guys are doing. That's what Pimp C did. He broke the oath, which is why they find him in his hotel room dead in Los Angeles. And they said he died from an overdose of lean, which is that liquid drug that they say. But no, I mean, that's what they say. That's the official story. But I think we all can use discernment and listen to what he's saying and realize they had to get him out of here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there. Let's move on. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verses 26 through 32. It says, I have said I would scatter them into corners, and I would make the remembrance of them to cease from amongst men. Verse 27. Were it not that I fear the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord hath not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, and that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. Because our people don't consider our latter end. We are a nation void of counsel, and we don't consider our latter end. Verse 30. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, right? The Most High wasn't dealing with us. And the Lord has shut them up. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. So I wanted to show you guys something, right? There's a poisonous plant that grows in the area where Sodom and Gomorrah once was. It's affectionately named the Sodom apple, right? And then it has its Latin name right here, Calotropis procera, right? And what it is, it looks like this right here, right? This is it. All these visions of it are different versions of this plant. The plant looks very, very friendly, but it's poisonous. It's known for producing attractive but inedible toxic fruit. So you, somebody that's traveling along the way and you see this fruit growing, You look at it and say, that looks delicious. I would eat that. I want to eat that because it looks good. And then you consume that and then find out afterwards it's poison. That's our people. Our people look at the ways of the other nations, the fame, the fortune, everything like that. They say, I want that. I want that. It's shining, it's glittery, it looks good. I want to consume that. And then you get in there and find out it's nothing but Sodom and Gomorrah up in there. You want to be an actor? You want to be famous? You want to be Michael B. Jordan? You want to be where Jay-Z is? Okay. Because it looks like the Sodom apple. It looks good. But you guys are going to find out when you get up in there, it's really the vine of Sodom. It's the Sodom apple. It's this plant that grows in real life that looks good, but once you bite it, it's poisonous. Known for producing attractive but inedible toxic fruit. These shrubs, often found in arid regions, are mythologically linked to the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, symbolizing fruit that looks fair but turns to ash and smoke. That's the industry. That's fame and fortune. That's what that is. That's what it is. And that's the literal agrarian metaphor that Deuteronomy is referring to, because this is a literal real plant. So it made an agrarian metaphor. Let's move on. Do you guys know who Clive Davis is? Some of you guys may know who Clive Davis is. Maybe some of you guys don't know who Clive Davis is. If you don't, that's okay. We'll learn it together. Clive Davis is an American record producer, A&R executive, record executive, and lawyer. He has won 5 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer in 2000. When we come down here about his early life, this is the part I want. Davis was born in Brooklyn, New York, to small hat parents. So Clive Davis is a small hat. Remember what we were discussing last week and we're discussing today. The puppet masters behind all the degeneracy in our community is the small hats. What else do we want to know about Clive Davis? That's important. Davis founded LaFace Records with L.A. Reid and Babyface. LaFace subsequently became home of TLC, Usher, Outkast, Pink, Tony Braxton. Here's the part I want. He founded Bad Boy Records with Sean Puffy Combs. And it became home of Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, Combs, Mace, 112, Faith Evans, although Davis would later admit that he never quite understood rap music. So you have the small hats in our community churning out music that's degenerate to our community while claiming to not understand it. They don't understand it. They don't like it. But guess what? They push it in our community because it destroys us. Hey, Zob, could you just hold it down for me for like 1 minute real quick and just talk? Zob, are you there? All right, guys, I just want you guys to hold on 1 second, y'all. Guys, just give me 1 second, please.
Shalom, Salaki about that. I'm here, priest. I had to step away. I got a little man with me. So yeah, like the priest is saying, man, the small hats are behind not only the music industry, right, but the entertainment industry, right? You know, because you could apply this to movies. You could apply this to, hey, just the other day they was calling out Netflix, right? Some senator, I don't know if y'all saw this. He had the CEO of Netflix, and he was, I don't know if it was some type of judicial hearing or whatever the case may be, or some type of Senate oversight committee or whatever, right? But they were saying, dude, why is there so much alphabet content on Netflix? And the CEO is like, well, oh, I don't know, and so on and so forth. And well, we cater to everybody. No, it's not. It's an agenda. And behind Netflix and all these major companies, right, is small hats. So Priest is going into the music aspect of it, but any way you cut it, anything dealing with entertainment, the small hats, they run it, and they're doing demonic things behind the scenes, and our people is just open. They're open to sell their soul because they want to fit in, or like the scriptures, like he brought out in the book of James, right? Book of James, chapter 4, they have love of this world. They want all the flashy things. That's why what's his name? Mayweather. I don't understand. If you claim that you're so rich, right? Why do you walk around showing your money and flaunting your money? You don't see well, Steve Jobs is dead. You don't see Mike what's the dude that owned Amazon? That weirdo. Anyway, pick any billionaire, pick any. You don't see them walking around, yeah, check my new rollie out, all that dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Dude come to the games with a wad of cash and yo, look what it's like. You're overcompensating. You don't have to do that. And what that does is that influence the younger generation, and they say, yo, I want a bag. You know what I mean? And while we on boxing, I'm gonna hand it over to you, Priest. What's the brother that won the title? Is his name Bud Crawford? He said he's not gonna sell his soul. So I think Bud retired, right?
Yep.
Because he probably got to that door when Nori was talking about, and they probably offered him, hey, we can make you the next Mayweather, right? But there's certain things you got to do. So it's all about friendship with this world, like the priest brought out in the book of James, chapter 4, verse 3, right? To 4, enmity with the Most High. If you choose this world, you're going to have problems. Salakia, priest.
Come on, praise the water. All right, so now that we know the relation between, now we know who Clive Davis is, and we understand who he spawned Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. Let's learn a little bit about Clive Davis, shall we? He is bisexual.
Second marriage failed. I opened up myself to the possibility of a person rather than a gender. I have never stopped being attracted to women. So we're now dealing with the subject of bisexuality. This subject is very misunderstood because the old adage is you're either gay, you're straight, or you're lying. It's just not true. And so I spend a few pages, but
so isn't it ironic? Is it ironic or a correlation that Diddy's mentor is bisexual? He likes men and women, and Diddy likes men and women. A lot of the people under Clive Davis's tutelage are bisexual, male and female. And as we know, as we're finding out from Diddy, a lot of people under his tutelage are bisexual, male and female, like men and women. Is that a coincidence or not? I'll let you guys decide. Let's move on. That's Diddy's origin story. Diddy's origin story is Clive Davis. Now, Clive Davis goes both ways, but it gets deeper. Just listen, y'all. Just listen.
Davis's name kept coming up because there was rumors and allegations, allegations suggesting that there was a sexual relationship between Clive Davis and Sean Diddy. Davis's name kept coming up because there was rumors and allegations, allegations suggesting that there was a sexual relationship between Clive Davis and Sean Diddy. All rumors, because mind you, in 1993, Puffy was fired from Uptown Records and he started Bad Boy Entertainment, but he needed the money. Clive Davis, head of Arista Records, saw the potential and went 50-50 joint venture. But the rumors are that they had some type of hooking up with each other. I mean, dude, that guy just looks very, very sus in general. And Clive Davis publicly came out as bisexual in 2013 in his memoir, The Soundtrack of My Life, where he discussed his relationship with both men and women, but didn't involve or mention anybody's name.
So the devil said, it's given unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. So Diddy went to the devil. And the devil said, what else did the devil say in Luke chapter 4? You got to bow down and worship me. Now, you guys can use your imagination. I ain't even going to say it. Let's move on. Davis. Now, I'm not going to play this because there was too many F-bombs in this for me to bleep out, right? So I'm not going to play it, but the video does exist. So you guys can see that's Eddie Griffin, the community. And in this video, remember, I'm showing you guys people that's inside. It's on the inside. Hollywood, rappers, actors, comedians. I'm showing people on the inside. He said when Diddy's house got raided by Homeland Security, they went to his house to get all the tapes because Diddy, the whole house was filled with cameras everywhere. So a lot of encounters that goes on at his house are on tape. There's a lot of celebrities, just like Epstein. There's a lot of celebrities on camera doing some very nefarious things. Is that a good word? Nefarious things with each other that they don't want out. So one of the first things they did was went to his house. They sent Homeland Security to go there and retrieve the tapes. Because a lot of your favorite rappers, actors, celebrities, comedians, and everything was over there having G sex. Can I say G? The word G. You guys know, you fill in the rest. I'm trying to keep it PG because somebody still has the children listening, even though I told y'all viewer discretion is advised. But we have to talk about this stuff. I'm going to skip this because, like I said, it's a lot of cursing, so I'm not going to do that. If you guys want to see the video, I'll play it for y'all another day that's not the Sabbath. Right? Nevertheless, I showed you guys this last week. There's a place in the Bronx called Mott Haven Houses. It's one of the most notorious projects in all of New York City. Mott Haven Houses. I think my boy Future has something to say.
It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in, guys. Because at Mott Haven Houses, of all the things that you could have in our community, this is not going to be done in the Arab community, an East Indian community, an Italian community, a Russian community, any community outside of ours. This won't be done. They set up a stripper pole in the middle of the projects and had strippers dancing on the pole in the middle of the projects. You guys can see, I posted this years ago, right? And the caption says right here, you guys can see it. I ain't never seen a stripper pole outside, let alone the projects. They got it in Mott Haven. Somebody help me out. I'm slow. Whose idea would it be? Of all the things that you could put in a community, why do you choose to put a stripper pole in our community? Why? This is Leviticus 19, verse 29. It says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. Deuteronomy 23, 17 and 18. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor sodomite, nor of the sons of Israel. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Lord thy God. So our people are supposed to stay away from whoredom. Remember what we read in Judith chapter 5. They say, if there's any error in us, then God is not with us. So how is there going to be error in us? We're going to introduce the error to us by bringing this stuff in our community, having a stripper pole there in the middle of the projects. Right? So I went recently to go back to this and look at it again. And here's somebody else. So the first person that posted it was somebody named Michael Traore, right? Another person that posted the same thing was a guy by the name of Nigel Onassis. Same image, right? So I decided, let me go look at the comments. Do you guys see the comments? And this is from a woman. I hope she's not a mother. She says, facts, because we different. Translation, she supports this. You take pride in saying that we're different because we have strippers in the middle of the projects where children are walking around, children are playing outside. We different. And people wonder why the Most High is going to get rid of 2/3 of our people. King A.J. Jackson says, maybe I can get one for my park. And then he comes back and says, I'll supply the music and the lights. Gary Scott got some sense, man. He says this some real nigga nonsense BS. Yes, because you ain't gonna find this nowhere else in no community. You're not gonna find this anywhere else.
I was just about to say you won't see that in Williamsburg or Crown Heights or, you know what I mean?
crazy.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I agree with Boosie about that. Boosie been having a bad week, but that's another Anyway. Let's move on. How many of you guys saw this video? Y'all remember a couple of years ago, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion got together and did a song called WAP. Y'all remember that? I ain't gonna tell you what it means. WAP is an acronym, W-A-P. Y'all remember that, right? Do you know that Cardi B doesn't allow her children to listen to that song? Your children can listen to the song. Your children could have strippers inside the park. Yeah. Your children can have this, but her children, absolutely not. Let's watch the video.
So Cardi B is getting dragged online because she turned off the WAP song when Baby Culture walked into the room. She was on her live and she's dancing to the song, and you see Culture like run around the corner and she turns the song off. And then Twitter got upset. They're like, how do you make music that like is like this, but your own daughter can't listen to it? She was like, there are parents that are strippers and parents that twerk and all this stuff, but they don't do it around or teach it to their kids because that's just not what a parent would do.
Think about like
so you don't teach it to your kids, but you put it out there for consumption by other children, so other people's kids can look at it. Do y'all see the hypocrisy? You're gonna protect your kids from that, but that money that the devil is giving you to do this, you'll destroy other people's kids. You have no problem with that. Let's move on. Children see everything. The reason why Cardi B doesn't want her daughter looking at that, I'm going to take you guys way back. Some of this commercial used to air many, many years ago in the 80s. But it's still relevant today because children see everything.
It's yours? Yeah, I noticed how you found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys was supposed to what?
Look, Dad, where did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
you all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
You guys got it? The reason why he found the drug paraphernalia in his son's room or wherever he found it is because his son was watching him do it the whole time. Him as the parent didn't think the son noticed. But the son noticed that the father was doing drugs. So he asked him, where'd you learn this? I learned it by watching you. The daughter is going to learn this by watching mom. Mom don't think the children see, but the children see. He's going to grow up, and this is the type of woman he's going to want. And she's going to grow up and she's going to be this because she's going to think that's the type of man, that's the type of woman I have to be for a man to want me. They learn it by watching you. They learn it by watching me. That's what we need to know. Right? Okay. I keep giving you guys warning because yes, it gets progressively worse. It does. I want you guys to watch this video. Some of you guys, if you have TikTok or Instagram, you've seen this video before. Some of you guys may have never seen this video. This young man is devastated. So he's at his childhood prom, and his mom is twerking at his prom on a man, and he's devastated that she's doing this in public where people can see. He's devastated. I don't know if you guys saw this. If you didn't, check it out. With his face, he's devastated. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's move on. This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through much liberty. Let's jump down to verse 25 in the same chapter. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. In many instances, I won't say all, the daughter is shameless because the mother's shameless. So here we have Loaded Proudly on TikTok. We have a mother who's been rightfully, praise the Lord, that there's still some righteous people on earth, getting backlash for showing her 8-year-old daughter how to twerk. I'm going to say it again. A lot of times, not all cases, the daughter is shameless because the mother's shameless.
Yeah, we know. Let me see what you can do. You gotta rock out.
You know, when I was younger, I always wanted a daughter. And I always wanted a daughter. The Most High never gave me a daughter. Now that I'm older, I understand why. You guys wouldn't know me today. I'd be in prison somewhere, for sure. For sure. I'd be in prison somewhere if my child's mother was teaching my daughter that. I'd be locked up somewhere. We wouldn't even know each other. I wouldn't be here teaching class right now. The Lord wants me to be here teaching class, so he said, you can't have a daughter.
Brothers with daughters got a special spirit they have to have, man. Spirit of patience. And like the scripture says, man, you can't have no sleep. You're constantly going to be thinking about what she's doing and so on and so forth, you know? So, I mean, men too, you need another spirit with the boys too, but the girls is on another level, you know? So I understand where you're coming from, priest.
Israel, I'll ask you a question.
Yes, Lord.
This one is even worse. Should I play it or should I skip it?
Nah, just play it. It's mostly adults here, so you know. I mean, the truth is the truth, brother. So just play it. I know Captain Zach has 2 girls. Oh my Lord, yeah, brother. You're gonna be at the shotgun at the window.
There's a reason why you got 3 sons. You may not understand. There's a reason why God gave you 3 sons and you ain't got no daughters. Because imagine.
Yeah,
imagine if this was your daughter. You tell me. Well, I'm gonna ask you. Don't go on mute. I'm gonna ask you if this was your daughter. Let's say you laid with this woman when you met her. She was cool. You thought she had a good head on her shoulders, the whole nine. Y'all had a child together, and then y'all not together anymore for whatever reason. And she gets up on the internet, points a camera at your daughter, and has her do this. I want you to tell me what would you do? Because I know what I would do. Y'all wouldn't know me. You tell me. What you tell me?
I mean, I got to choose my words carefully because on YouTube you can't advocate certain things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'd have had strong words with the mother. I'd have had strong words with the mother and the daughter too, but more so the mother because she's the one. She not even turn around and say, "Hey, little so and so, don't do that." If she was to correct her, that's one thing. But it's like she laughing and giggling. Nah, I'd have had problems with that.
She's 16 years old and she's fast and she's dealing with boys or she wants her pregnant, then it's not cute no more. The hell? That's why there's the old saying coming up. You know what I'm saying? I know the Caribbean say it. I'm not sure if Judah says it. You bend the tree while it's young. This is the time that it goes back to the scriptures. If you have a shameless daughter, you have to deal with her straightly. She's shameless. And she's shameless too. You got to be hard on them. Anyway, let's move on because this irked my spirit when I saw it. So let me move on because I'm getting upset just looking at it. Now I told you guys earlier about the Grand Theft Auto thumbnail that I used, and I used it for a reason because I don't want you sisters to think that it's just you that we're getting one because we're gonna get on the men now too. Yeah, because a lot of fathers are worthless as well. Let's call it what it is, right? So, game Grand Theft Auto goes back to what we learned about last week when Ice Cube spoke about social engineering. They don't just use social engineering in TV shows and movies and music. They use it in video games as well. This is the game called Grand Theft Auto. Now, I'm not going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? I have played the game before. You know what I'm saying? I've played the game before many years ago. Even when I was in the truth, I played the game before. But, you know, Israelite brothers, some Israelite brothers right now got their head hanging low because you have the game. Cool, but you're not really socially engineered or moved by stuff like this. But our people are because they don't have the Most High. They don't have the knowledge of the truth, right? And we all heard about what's going on with this whole Pooh Shiesty, whatever. Like, we understand. But I took a video from him because this is part of the social engineering, right? We're going to start at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, just so you guys can see what this game is about. If you never know, a lot of the sisters don't know because y'all hate video games, whatever. So just want you guys to see what Grand Theft Auto is all about. And by the way, the name of the game should tell you what it is. Grand Theft Auto. That's stealing cars. You steal cars to commit crime. That's what the whole game is about. You steal cars and commit crime. That's what the whole game is about.
I'm about to gas station. You gotta get on feet on land. Everybody can't drive like you, bro. Oh, y'all, park the car, park the car, park the car. Feet on line, feet on line, feet on. 6, reality 6. Oh, there they go.
If you want to know why, you know, what we always think, how is it that people be in our community shooting in broad daylight think it's cool? Because it's in the video games. It's social engineering. It's in popular culture. You shoot people in the middle of broad daylight, whatever, like that's what you do in video games. And it's fun. It's fun, guys.
Spread out, bud. Get on radio, all right. All right.
Spread out.
Y'all flank, some people flank around the right. All right.
You guys get the idea. I ain't got to show you no more. That's exactly what the game is about. It's called Grand Theft Auto for a reason. Now, check this out, guys. Check this out. Social engineering through games, right? And this is from an article about Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto depictions of minorities. How are we? Minorities is supposed to be so-called us. How are we depicted in these games?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Kevin Hart wants somebody to come look at this. So let's go ahead and look at this, right?
Look.
This is from an article on TMZ. It says, Florida candidate for governor. This guy's running for governor. He plays Grand Theft Auto. He says Grand Theft Awkward. And says black characters in Grand Theft Auto are more authentic. Translation, he likes playing as black people in the game because it's more authentic to committing crimes. It says Grand Theft Auto has a big fan in Florida gubernatorial candidate James Fishback, but he's real particular about the video game, saying he likes being black while committing crimes in the game. Wow. You guys see that? This is Esau being honest. And I have the arrow here pointing so you guys can realize this was a couple of days ago. That's March 30th, 2026. He said this. The most popular characters in Grand Theft Auto are the black ones. They enjoy playing, role-playing with us as black people committing crimes in the game. That's the fun. And when we buy the game, we play black people as well. Now, of course, the Hillbilly said that was AI, even though it was on TMZ's website. That was AI. He didn't really say that. So I decided to go look for it to show you that he actually did say that.
You said you're a big GTA 5 fan as well, or no?
No, I like San Andreas and I like Vice City.
Do you even know the character names?
CJ.
No.
So real quick, so you guys know, I know there's a lot of people that don't know because a lot of y'all don't play the game. Grand Theft Auto has many different incarnations. But two of the most popular is, really the most popular one is San Andreas. And that was the one that was focused on black people. There are other incarnations of Grand Theft Auto that focuses on the mafia and different other aspects. But San Andreas focuses on black people being criminals. It's the most popular one of them all. And San Andreas is Los Angeles. They just changed the name.
You said you're a big GTA 5 fan as well, or no?
No, I like San Andreas and I like Vice City.
Do you even know the character names?
CJ.
No, in GTA 5.
I didn't play CJ 5.
CJ 5?
GTA 5.
So you don't even know it's like, what is it, the second, third best selling game of all time? You don't even know the names of the characters of the sequel game coming out, but you're inviting them to play your house? You don't understand. Or you do understand how that could come off as a little bit grifty.
It could come off a little grifty, but I'm a GTA San Andreas guy, Vice City guy.
Okay.
I preferred playing the black characters. It felt more authentic.
You guys see the social engineering? In a game that's built around committing crimes, he likes playing the black characters because it's more authentic. You guys see the social engineering that's going on? You guys see how everything that's in popular culture that's pushed to our people is criminal or homosexual or something degenerate, something against God's laws? Let's hear that one more time.
Okay.
I preferred playing the black characters. It felt more authentic.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's a black character in GTA 5.
Oh, is there? It's not CJ, though, from GTA San Andreas, is it?
It's not CJ. Do you know his name in GTA 5 or no?
No. Is it Byron?
It's not. It's Franklin. You never heard of Franklin?
Franklin the Turtle I've heard of, but not Franklin.
So Franklin in Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the black characters. Very ironic that the guy that played in the TV show Snowfall, that's based on selling drugs, that's based on the life of Rick Ross, is also named Franklin. But we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. Let's move on. So a lot of our people, mainly the men, but some of our sisters are gamers as well, try to fit into places where you're not welcome. They make these games about you with your likenesses and your image and create you to be criminals in the game, but you're still not welcome. What am I talking about?
Shining a light on race and video gaming. One study finding around 4 in 10 Americans personally experience some sort of harassment online, particularly those bad for gamers of color.
So a lot of our people that get online and play video games, and you actually get online and play against people online, a lot of times you're playing against white boys, and them white boys be calling you N-word to your face. Well, not really to your face, but They, there's audio going back and forth. They're calling you an N-word while they're playing against you.
TJ is back to tell us about this.
Hey, Ron, for this story, I listened in on a gaming session, and the black gamer was told by someone he was playing with online, you need handcuffs and a knee on your neck. Now, I was shocked by what I heard. The gamers were shocked that I was shocked. They say this is typical of what happens on the online gaming community. They call it.
So it's typical for you as a black person to play these games and for white people to call you everything but a child of God.
A racist, toxic environment, and they're doing it all while they're just trying to do the simplest of things, have a good time and play a video game.
Terrence Miller is a star in the world of professional gaming, but one of his breakout performances at a major gaming tournament in 2016 was overshadowed by racial abuse he says he endured in real time as he competed.
There was a lot of racist and hateful messages posted. I never expected it to happen at the scale that it did.
Well, you should have expected it. I ain't gonna play too much of that. You guys get the idea.
Shining a light.
Let's move on. Listen to the plot of the game.
GTA San Andreas. Yeah, sounds about right. One of the most landmark titles in the history of video games, and was for many years my favorite game of all time. These days, not so sure, because I genuinely can't even decide what my favorite game is these days. I didn't play it for quite a while as my interests shifted in my teenage years. However, I still said it was my favorite game. Then the time came for me to replay it back in 2017, and I noticed quite a few crow's feet. Don't get me wrong, it's still a fantastic game. Just not as perfect as my nostalgia led me to believe it was. It's still an all-timer, but even all-timers have their issues. To me, though, the most glaring revelation I came to after coming back to it after all that time was just how catastrophically awful the character of Sweet Johnson was. Now, if you clicked on this video but have never played GTA San Andreas before, what are you doing? But either way, I will attempt to summarize the relevant plot. The Johnson family grew up in the slums of the fictional city of Los Santos. If Los Santos is LA, then Grove Street, the area they grew up in, is Compton, just down the road from Idlewood, which would be the fictional equivalent of Inglewood. This eventually led the family into the gang life, with Sweet Johnson eventually becoming the leader of the Grove Street family gang. And
so this is nothing but Los Angeles, Crips and Bloods and everything in a video game. They've popularized this for you. I'm not going to give it away. That's the plot of the game. It's crime. One word, crime. In popular culture. Now, this is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18. It says, chasten. The word chasten means discipline. It means punish. It means correct. Chasten thy son while there is hope. At this age, there's still hope. By the time your child gets into their teens, much less their early 20s, they're pretty much who they're going to be. So you chasten your child, you discipline them, you correct them, you punish them while there's hope. And let not thy soul spare for its crying. Don't worry about them not liking you, being upset with you, whatever. Don't worry about that. In my opinion, this is child abuse. The same way that those mothers were allowing their daughters to twerk online where grown men are watching. I thought that was child abuse. This is child abuse too. I want you guys to look. This child is 3 years old, guys. This child is 3 years old. I want you guys to listen to what he says towards the end of the video. Just listen. See if you guys catch it. Let me turn it all the way up so you guys can hear it. This 3-year-old is playing Grand Theft Auto. You guys already seen what it's about. Shooting people, all that stuff. He's playing with his daddy sitting right there. Listen.
Well, you put your seatbelt on. You put your seatbelt on.
Hey, you kicked my butt. I'm gonna shoot you. You killed my brother.
Did you guys hear that? He said, "You killed my brother. I'm going to shoot you." This is a 3-year-old. And then when he becomes 13, 14, 15, and doing this in real life, because this is what was marketed to him as a child, and we all thought it was cute and funny, let him play the games, because you shirk your responsibility as a father. You're not outside throwing a football with your child or something like that. You're over here playing Grand Theft Auto with him. You're going to be like, what happened? I don't know how this happened. This child is 4. Proverbs 22, verse 15, it says, "Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive him far from it." You got to be willing as a man, a father, to correct your children. But these fathers are not interested in that. They want to be friends, and they think that this stuff is cute.
Keep that nigga. There you go, deal. Keep the hell out of there. You get up. You get. There we go. There we go. You got one. Now get the money. Get the money. Get the gun. Get the gun. Get the gun. You got the gun? All right. Now switch to your gun. Switch to your gun. There we go. The gun. There we go. Now hit the corner. Let's go.
Don't shoot.
They gonna get you, but you're gonna lay a couple of them out in the process. Come on, hit in that corner. Oh man, they go right through it.
Behind you.
Come on, B.
They finna run down, bro.
Wait, in a helicopter?
Where he at?
Get back into the thing.
Yeah,
BJ.
Oh, you smoked some. Cuz you wasting all the bullets.
Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Yeah, right there, police.
There we go.
Cuz you just stole a moped, cuz. Oh.
That's crazy. Now he thinks that it's okay. You could run from cops. You could steal stuff, and you know what I mean. Just it's a gateway into that lifestyle.
It's a gateway into that lifestyle, guys. It's a gateway between the movies, television, the music, the games, social media. It's a gateway to that lifestyle. And behind the curtain, the small hats, all this stuff, all of it. They want to destroy our image. We already know about the thing in Hollywood where they make all the men wear dresses.
Hey, bro, is that LeBron?
Yes, LeBron has worn a dress before. Sure, yeah. Sure, yeah.
This nigga done made out. Oh,
of course,
Lord.
Of course.
Lord Christ.
That's why I have a PowerPoint that I may do at some point in the future called "The Israelite Men are the most masculine men on earth," and I'm going to back it with science. Scientific studies that many of you guys know nothing about. That scientists are saying our people are more masculine than anybody else. The markers for masculinity are found the greatest amongst Israelite men. I'm talking about from the pitch of our voice to the size. Oh, there's no children listening, of the man's testicle. Everything scientifically makes us more masculine than everybody else. I'm going to back it by science. When will I give that presentation? I don't know, because like I said, Israelites don't know how to act. So I can't teach stuff like this. I got to talk about basic stuff, getting leaven out of our spirit. I got to talk about that stuff. Can't teach all this. Anyway, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 11. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of heaven." So if you are effeminate, you can't get the kingdom. So they want that error to be in us. So they pushed it to us through our music, and they forced many of our celebrities, your heroes, people you look up to wear dresses. Everything to effeminize the image specifically of the black man, because the black man is the most masculine man on earth, and that's backed by science. Anyway, let's hear this real quick.
So the Awakened brand, and you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get him dressed.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, this brother wear a dress.
What we gonna do right here is go back. Way back into time.
Richard Pryor.
And I guess this is a photograph from the first show. Yeah. Explain what we're looking at there. And
that's the thing I wanted to do, but the NBC censors cut it out.
Yeah.
And I was standing there. I say, as you can see, and you only see me from the waist, just this part.
Right.
As you can see, I've given up absolutely nothing to be on television. And they pull back, and you can see I have no
and there you are. Yeah.
Richard Pryor dressed up as a woman in the 1986 film JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. His fourth comedy and most successful is called The Devil Made Me Buy This Dress. Coincidence? It was also his most successful piece of work, winning his Grammy and Golden Record status. His character was put together by Wilson, his manager Kay, and NBC executives.
Those executives are small hats.
You look better than you do on television.
Yeah, Wesley took the bag for that role, man.
Wesley played a drag queen in Too Long Flu, Thanks for Everything, the production company, NBC.
Big old Ving Rhames, big muscle-bound black man.
He played a drag queen in the movie Holiday Heart.
There's no escaping this, whether it's through music, through Hollywood, it's all the same. It's a pattern.
What's the difference between a title?
All right, move on to the next one.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress. Come on. What is wrong? I should have never worn these shoes. This don't match my purse. At some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers have wear a dress. Let's get out this ladies' clothing, get into our tights.
Oh, we gotta do something. We gotta get horses, gotta ride something. All right. Right now, we need to have a plan.
You have to show me a whole lot of corn.
I want the work to go.
When a gay man has way too much fashion sense for one gender, he is a drag queen.
This is Sirach 19, verse 29. It says, a man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and excessive laughter in his gait. Gait means the way you walk, shows what he is. I'll just leave that there.
I mean,
many black men have come out and
Let me just turn the volume up on this so you guys can hear it, because it's kind of low.
many black men have come out and exposed it. that they were pressured into doing it and they rejected doing it. Denzel Washington, Cat Williams in particular, these men have come forward and said, wait a minute, that we were actually, listen, we said no. So this is not anything new. Even Lamont, the middle player, Lamont Sanford, that brother, he refused to put on a dress in a sitcom on Sanford and Son. So this goes way back. So I'm not surprised why these white liberal freaks in Hollywood have a fetish of putting strong black male characters in a dress.
For those that grew up in the 70s and the 80s, you guys know about the TV show Sanford and Son. I want you guys to do your own research. Maybe one day I'll do a class on it if y'all are interested in it, but it's kind of old stuff. But Norman Lear was responsible for a lot of black programming in the 70s and the 80s. Everything from Good Times, Sanford and Son, all the way up to the Jeffersons. A lot of those shows was basically created or controlled by Norman Lear, which is a small hat, right? Also, What's Happening, right? And if you do a deep dive, I'm not going to get too deep into it. They wrote Sanford and Son. They wrote Red Fox out for like 1 or 2 seasons because there were certain things that they wanted to do with his character that he refused to do. So they wrote him out of the show. And then the popularity of the show dipped. They had to bring him back. For those of y'all that grew up with Good Times, you remember how traumatic it was when they killed the father, James Evans? They killed the father off because he was like, yo, I don't like the way you guys are writing my character. You had a so-called white man that was the executive producer, Norman Lear, and the writers were so-called small hats as well. So they were literally the ones crafting our image. Yes, you have black writers too. Yes, you did. But you had a lot of so-called Jews that was writing on the show as well. And the black writers were writing according to the whims of Norman Lear. For those of y'all that grew up with, what's that show, What's Happening? Did y'all notice after season 2 or season 3, whatever, they wrote the mother out of the show? They got her out of there. Why? Because she said, yo, at some point, I don't want to be a maid anymore. Because that was her job. She was a maid. So she went to the executive producers and said, hey, can you do something with my character? Can my character progress? Can I no longer be a maid? They said no. And so she was written out the show. So you have 2 strata of our people. You have the ones that say no. They write your character out the show, right? In Hollywood, if you're a comedian or actor, you become a B-list or a C-list or a D-list actor. You don't get any more major roles. And as Noriega told you in the music industry, if you don't go along, you're no longer multi-platinum. You guys see a pattern here? Because I do. Let's move on. So here we have Marlon Wayans. He also has an opinion on black actors wearing dresses. This is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32. And that which cometh into your minds shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the family of the countries to serve wood and stone. So Marlon Wayans is making a strong, passionate defense, saying, why can't we wear dresses? White people do it. That's what he's going to tell you. What's wrong with us wearing dresses? White people do it. Listen.
I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant. Right? Mm-hmm. When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, yes, he wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art and this is comedy. You think I'm going to tear down Flip Wilson? You think I'm going to tear down Tyler Perry? I'm not going to tear down any of these brothers. It's comedy. And we should embrace our comedy, all of it. We shouldn't have one type of humor. We should embrace all of our humor. Every shade of black that is black and is beautiful. Minorities need to stick together and come together and really celebrate us. We have been taught to drag each other down. It's toxic. It is so toxic. I'm just not going to be a part of that. I'm going to celebrate.
Now, that's off as hell because that's him saying he wants to do it because white people can do it. Why can't we do it? We want to be like the other nations. But then I came across this video and I understood exactly why he thinks the way he thinks. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Turn the volume all the way up.
And then
hold up. Let's go all the way up.
We finish it off with Lil Molly. Y'all just doing a concoction.
It was a nice Saturday evening.
Okay.
We were watching the interview, the last interview you did with them, and I was rolling my ass off for like 2 hours straight.
Okay. You work here now? Yeah. Why ain't you got no questions? You still high.
Yeah.
He's like permanently high all the time.
Yes. I just am vocal about people hate. I hate haters, man. Stop hating on people's lives. Like, let people be people. If God's gonna judge them, let God judge them. You're not God, so you thinking you God makes you, just as much of a sinner as anybody else. I don't judge people. What do you care? What do you care what people do in their bed? As long as you ain't do you, just don't do me. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to support. I have a lot of gay friends in the community. I have a trans child.
There it is.
I just think I'm about love.
You guys catch that? His child is a Autobot Decepticon. That's why he's saying what he's saying.
In their bed, as long as you ain't do you, just don't do me. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to support. I have a lot of gay friends in the community. I have a trans child. Like I just think I'm about love and about. I don't want black people being judged. I don't want Hispanic people being judged. Mm-hmm. I think we should live in this world that is just love. Why are we looking for hate? And so I support and support love all the way around. If people have got any kind of hate, then especially when it comes to my child, you have to come through me. So that's it. You know what I mean? 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, for sure. You know what I mean? Love. Because I was.
There it is. There it is. That's why he said what he said.
And then we.
Now, for some of our children, they may not be so much into the music, following the celebrity. They might listen to music, but they're not so much into idolizing or worshiping or looking up to, rappers. They may not be so into looking up to actors and comedians, but they look up to the NBA players, though. So the name of this video is called NBA Fashion Then versus Now. Check it out.
NBA Fashion Then versus Now. Let's go.
Round here they call me Big Buzz. If you with the big guns, big time, on to make it shake. Hot top, poppin' bubbly, rubbing your spot down, got the scream and punish me. But it don't stop.
All right, boys, what you got?
That was then. This is now. So you guys see how they catch us at every turn? Every turn. Now, I wanted to look at this article real quick. It's not a very long article. Just want you guys to see it. This is the article right here. It's called NBA Tunnel Continues to Set Standard for Intersection of Sports and Fashion. For those that don't know, this is Jason Tatum. I think he's like 6'9" tall. And well, you guys see the outfit. I ain't gotta say much, right? Now I'm not gonna read the whole article. I'm just gonna come to this part right here that I have highlighted. So tunnel fashion is actually spurned into lucrative, not just partnerships, but brands of their own. Translation, you have a lot of these designers that will give these basketball players free outfits and also pay them large amounts of money to wear these outfits in the tunnel when they're first. Because what there is, if you guys follow basketball, there are cameras that usually capture the basketball players arriving at the arena before the game. So they come in from the limousine, whatever, and enter into the arena, and they're going to walk to the locker room and change into their basketball uniform. So they put cameras now at the entrance to catch the basketball players walking into the arena. And so that's become a intersection of fashion. So now people are paying attention to what the basketball player is playing when he arrives at the game. It's happening in the NBA and the WNBA as well. So you have a lot of these designers that will pay basketball players to wear their design as they enter into the game with all the cameras rolling. And for the right price, as you guys can see, a lot of these dudes are wearing effeminate clothing, blurring the line between clothing for the genders. It says it's actually spurned into lucrative, not just partnerships, but brands of their own. HT noted fashion brands have capitalized on the opportunities presented by the NBA tunnel and players' star power by using the tunnel, and that's very, very ironic wording, the tunnel, as a way to launch partnerships or products. The NBA tunnel's broad reach has also attracted non-basketball fans who are interested in following players' looks. So a lot of people that actually look at the tunnel don't even like basketball. They just want to see what the players are wearing. And this has led to a narrative, I'm not sure if you guys know this, among alt-right, ultra-conservative, racist white people are looking at the NBA tunnel. They're looking at black men wearing dresses in movies. They're looking at things like Diddy and other things, and there's a narrative being spun amongst them that black men are inclined naturally to be homosexual. And they're basing this on the images that's coming from our popular persuasions, our popular entertainment, which is crafted specifically by the small hats and the LGBTQ, etc. community as well. It's not even true, but that's the image that's being promoted. Let's come back to the PowerPoint. We're almost done.
NBA.
This is 1 John chapter 2, verses 14 through 16. It says, I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of God abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. So there's, all praise to the Most High, a remnant of older brothers and younger brothers that have overcome the wicked one, meaning we're not seduced by the lusts of this world to sell our souls. Also keep in mind, because this kind of correlates to it. Remember the story in the Maccabees, where you had that elder brother that had a great reputation and name amongst Israel, and the Greeks were trying to convince him to eat unclean meat because if he did it, everybody else would do it because he was recognized and respected, and he refused. And they told him that they'd give him a piece of clean meat, and all he had to do was make it seem like he was eating something unclean. That's all they wanted. They just wanted the perception. That story goes with this as well. It just came to my mind, right? People with names and status are very influential, but there's always a remnant of our people that have overcome the wicked one. We're not seduced by these things. Even if we see popular people, you might like certain basketball players. You might like certain rappers. You might like certain actors, and that's okay. You like their work, but you're not interested in their lifestyle. That's the idea. Verse 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Like in the image that we have. If you lust after certain things to consume it, you ask Most High to bless you with these things to consume it upon your lust, the love of the Father is not in you. Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and that's what the image represents, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. I mean, first chapter 6, verses 6 to 11. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we were brought into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out. That's self-explanatory. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. Now I wrote here because somebody gets simple. Being content does not mean you can't aim higher. Being content does not mean you can't strive for more. It means if you don't get everything that you desire, that's okay too. Because maybe the thing the Most High is withholding from you is the thing that will cause you to go off. So the Most High doesn't give it to you. That's what contentment means. You're content with what God allows you to access. You can aim as high as you want. You can strive to obtain as much as you want. But if you only get half the way, 3/4 of the way, however far the Most High allows you to go, be content with that. Because what the Most High is withholding you is probably for your own good. I don't want nobody to get it confused, because some people think, okay, I got a 9-to-5 job and my job pays me $40,000 a year. I should be happy with that. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what the Bible is teaching. If you have a $40,000 a year job and you have a family, a wife and children, and you guys want to move into a better place, a better neighborhood, a better city, of course you should strive for more. You don't have to be content with your situation. That's not what this is talking about. It's talking about when you have such lofty goals of things that you really don't need, and the Most High don't allow you access to them because you'll go off. You're upset about it. That's where it's wrong. Does everybody understand? And verse 9 is going to explain this to you. But they that will be rich, that's why it's telling you to be content. It's giving you the context. They that will be rich. A lot of people will not be content with their life unless they're rich. But they that will be rich fall into temptation. Because once you receive the things that you've been lusting after, you go off. And now these material things become your God. They become an idol and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men into destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, like the rappers, like the actors, like the athletes, they coveted after these things. They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Because I know in my spirit, it's just how I think. A lot of those guys that come before the NBA game and they're wearing dresses and everything, I know that they're embarrassed. I know that they look crazy. I know that they know that they look gay as hell. But the money is too good to resist. Verse 11, but thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, which is the commandments, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. These are the things that we should follow after. Again, it does not mean that you can't aim higher, you can't strive for more. But if the Most High never fulfills your dream to be rich, you play the lottery twice a week and you never hit the number, be content with that. Because in your mind, you're saying, well, if the Most High blesses me with this $10 million, I'm going to do all these great things for the nation. But there have been many people that have achieved that. They've come into money and it never happened for Israel. It never happened. Because once the money came, the temptations came with it. I pray that you brothers and sisters understand. I'm going to end the class right there. Elder Zahab, if you have anything, the floor is yours.
King, excellent class. The scriptures speak for itself, especially what you brought out in 1 Timothy chapter 6 on down. We got to strive for contentment. You know what I mean? And if by chance the Lord give you gain, that's godliness. So, you hit the nail on the head, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's especially now in these times where money is an issue. You know what I mean? Many people run out of their wits trying to get the money and not knowing that when you get the money, it comes with a whole host of other problems. So just, be sufficed. Like the Apostle Paul said, he know what it means to be abound. He had a lot, and he know what it means to not have a lot. So if you can, try to find that common ground. You know what I mean? And the Lord will bless you with more as needed. So excellent class, priest. That's it.
All praise to the Most High, the water. So just a couple of announcements, if y'all could bear with me real quick. Let me just bring up the website. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen one more time. So for those that are not familiar with our website, this is our website, thelionsofisrael.com. You guys should try to visit the website, every now and then to find out what's going on. I'm going to come under the More tab. As you guys know, the calendar is here. So the next holy day that we have coming up is going to be First Fruits, right? Slakia. All right, so First Fruits is the next calendar on the month. Next holy day that we're going to have, right? So you guys can come to the calendar right now. You see Passover just left. We just celebrated the new moon recently right there. So come to the calendar, you guys, and check it out, right? You see for the month of May, First Fruits falls on the Sunday, which is May 24th. So we're going to make an announcement as to what we're going to be doing. We're going to be gathering for that. I'll give you guys some details about that in the upcoming week. So visit our website, okay? And when you bring it up, these hours right here is how you toggle back and forth between the months. So you guys can see when the new moons are coming up, when the holy days are coming up, so forth and so on. So familiarize yourself with that. There's a tab there that speaks about donations. We appreciate everybody that has been donating to the camp and the website. Please continue to do it. It helps us. We appreciate all you guys. But I really came here, going back to the homepage. When you come on the website, on the homepage, and you scroll down, right? This is I know I've been seeing a couple of emails in the website for the Academy of people that wanted to do it, but they came in kind of late, and they may want to do it in the future. So the Academy is going to be running year-round, starting after the Feast of First Fruits. So I'm going to get to the Feast of First Fruits, and myself and the administrator are going to work to set everything up so the Academy can be year-round. So there's no such thing as a start date. If you want to do the Academy, you just would sign up via our website, or the email that's going across the bottom of the screen. You sign up, you let us know you're interested. The administrator will get back to you, and it'll be running year round. We prefer for people that actually want to join the body. We need laborers to help us do things that we're trying to accomplish. So we prefer that. Just come and fill this out, let us know, and the administrator will get back to you. But that's going to be after the Feast of First Fruits. All right, you guys can send emails from now if you're interested, but actually implementing it won't happen until after the Feast of First Fruits. I wanted to say that. Also, I know that there were a few people that did the last Academy that wanted to join the camp. I reached out via email to a few of you guys this morning before class, so you guys could check your email. And the ones of you that did the Academy that did not express interest in joining the body that want to, either put it in the Telegram chat or email us and let us know. I'll be checking that over the next day or two. I need from you your email address and your phone number. You'd probably be better off emailing us. I know you don't want your phone number, everybody having it, so you're probably better off emailing us. So email us at joinloy149@gmail.com. Let us know that you did the Academy and you want to join, and we'll get back to you as well, right? Those of y'all that I already reached out to, I told you guys what I need. Get back to me ASAP, all right? I think that's it. I don't really have anything else. So Zahab, if you don't have anything else, then we can pretty much shut it down. If you guys have been sitting here watching the class and have not hit the like button, you need to repent, believe the gospel. It's your brother Priest Daniela, representing Lions of Israel, Maccabees TV. We'll see you guys again here next week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And with that, I say shalom.
We send them prayers up. And then the blessings come down. Yeah. Let's get it. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. What I pray for the most is that you understand. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. And what I pray for the most is that you understand. If you say you're a king, you gotta have the standards. I say that I pray, but I don't have the answers. Don't know the way, then prayer has to come in. It's okay to pray and don't ask for nothing. Ready for war, but I pray for peace. Know the book says, don't let your prayers cease. Pray for the strength to pray for enemies. Pray to forget these childhood memories. Put on these size 11s, it's the wrong shoes any day. Cowboys team, man, you're gonna lose anyway. Don't come for me, sorry, I don't got a team. Can't be MLK if I never said I got a dream. I pray to Yahweh that he bless you. I pray that you pass, cause life will test you. I pray on the days that things are stressful. Remember, Israel to God is something special. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. What I pray for the most is that you understand. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. And what I pray for the most is that you understand. Yahweh Shah came so he could feed his people. Solomon prayed that he could lead his people. Wise as he was, he didn't see the evil. I pray for the day Yahweh frees the people. Babylon the Great breaking all walls down. Kanye's song, when it all falls down. I pray every day, that's a part of me, that we all celebrate like classic R&B. Cool in this gang, there's so many speakers. I pray that you learn, we have so many teachers. I pray for the kingdom, cause it needs to come. I pray for Isaiah 14:1. Always be thankful, what my lady said. Don't ask for much, just my daily bread. I pray on the days that things are stressful. Remember, Israel to God is something special. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. What I pray for the most is that you understand. I pray material things never blind me. I pray all this fake love will never find me. I pray I don't have fear for any other man. And what I pray for the most is that you understand. We send the prayers up, and then the blessings come down. Prayer is your weapon, y'all. Make sure you pray every single day. Don't just ask for things, but pray to the Most High to deliver us.